God provided for us a brand new travel trailer, free and clear. It may well be the longest travel trailer in the United States. It is 47 feet long with 5 electronic slide-out rooms. It's 13 feet 6 inches high. It's the max. It's the same size as a semi. My truck was a Dodge Dreamer. Only 40 of them were made. The Dodge Dreamer, the trailer together, 66 feet long, same as a semi-tractor. And I was wonderfully given a check to buy it free and clear, in excess of $80,000. The Dodge Dreamer that I had, everybody said, you know, your truck is not going to pull that trailer. That trailer's too big, your truck's too small. I started asking professionals their advice, and everybody seemed to concur. Yeah, the truck's got enough power. It's got a 350 in it. It's got enough power, but the weak link is probably going to be the transmission. Now, if you can beef that up, then maybe it'll work. I lived in San Francisco at the time, so I took it to South City, San Francisco, to a transmission shop. There was a guy there who raced for a living, and I said, can you beef this up? He said, oh yeah, when I get through with it, nothing will destroy the transmission I put in your truck. So I left it with him. 1 week later, he called me back. He said, Steve, your truck's ready. I went to pick it up. And he handed me the bill, $1,856. Now, when I saw that bill for $1,856, I want you to understand, there wasn't a lot of joy. I want you to understand, I didn't rejoice and say, glory, what a bill this is. But as I'm writing the check, I just flippantly say, well, I guess that truck will pull that trailer now, won't it? He said, Steve, I don't know. Now, you have to imagine me standing there writing this check for $1,800, and he says, I don't even know if it's going to work. I'm thinking, what do you mean you don't know? Don't you know how much $1,856 is? I don't know. Oh, it's at that moment I can reach across the counter, grab him by the neck, and strangle him. Or jump up on the counter and rearrange his facial expression with my feet. Yeah! But let me ask you something. If I do the man bodily harm, is that going to make my transmission stronger? Yes or no? No. Hey, suppose I tell him off and say things to him I ought not say as a Christian. Will that make my transmission stronger? No. Nothing I say changes the situation. Nothing I do changes the situation. I have learned in a situation like this that it may well be the best thing a Christian can say. Oh well. I want you to practice those 2 words with me. Say them together. Ready? Oh well. Use the same voice inflection together again. Oh well. When things aren't going the way you want them to go, rather than taking matters in your own hands, saying things you ought not say, doing things you ought not do, just be patient. Back up and say, oh well, let's see what God is going to do through this situation that'll be a benefit to me. Well, I drove to Kansas City, Missouri to pick up my trailer. Walt Brock from Ironwood Camp was already going to be there, and he was going to follow me back to California in case there was trouble. When I got there, he said, hey, Steve, let's just hook the trailer up, go down the interstate, come back, and see how it performs before we leave town. Good idea. So I backed it up, we hooked it up, we got out on the interstate, 55, 60, 65 miles an hour. Woo! Joy! Rejoicing! Glory! It worked! We turned around, we came back, I walked back behind the trailer to Walt's car and said, hey, Walt, it's working great. He said, good. Hit the road to California. 5 miles later. 5 miles later, smoke starts boiling out from under my truck. I have blown the $1,800 56 transmission. What do you say in a moment like that? Yeah. I've seen people with their vehicles. I've seen people with a vehicle that don't start. What do? They sit in the car and bang on the dashboard. That does a lot of good. Or they get out and open the hood. They don't know why they did that. They don't understand anything up under there. After a while, you slam the hood. You can tell your car off. It still won't start. I've seen people with a flat tire. They'll kick the tire. What good does that do? It hurts a foot. But it puts no air in the tire. I got in Walt's car and we drove so we could call someone. We drove to the next exit. I called for a record. I said, look, I need a big record. I'm 66 feet long from the front bumper of my truck to the back bumper of the trailer. We need a big record to come. They said, okay, we'll send one. We waited, finally. This little bitty pickup came with a little bitty boom on the back of it. It is the smallest record I have ever seen in my life. I thought he just stopped because he was being kind. He was lending assistance. But it was he who they sent. I said, you're not going to try to pull that with that, are you? He said, I can pull your rig. So he backed it up, jacked it up, hooked it up in a way I've never seen done. He did not use a chain. He used nylon straps. Had an air damper that hung from the bumper, very low to the ground. Very beautiful design on that Dodge Dreamer. He was scared that he might mar it or tear it off, so he cradled the tires in nylon straps. Well, I got in his record and we drove off. Now, I'll confess, I was impressed. His little bitty record pulled my whole rig. Now, we could not carry on a conversation in the cab of his truck. It was wide open and barely moving, but it was moving. And we went down the interstate just a couple of miles, and we got off the interstate, and we went down the ramp to the stop sign. There was an important word in that last sentence. We went down. And as we were going down, he was trying to stop the wrecker, but there was so much weight behind us, it was pushing us. It snapped the straps, and the front end of my Dodge Dreamer was driven into the back of his wrecker. And the whole front end of my beautiful Dodge Dreamer was all bashed in. What do you say in a moment like that? Yeah. I'll never forget what he said. When he got out, walked around and saw the whole front end of my bumper bashed in, he said, oops. Oops! What do you mean, oops? You incompetent record driver! Look what you've done to my truck! Oh, at that moment I could pound him into the ground. But that will not change my situation. I could tell him off and say things I ought not say, and it's still not going to change my situation. The best thing I can do is take the advice of Scripture and be patient and back up in the quietness of my own spirit and say, oh well, let's see what God is going to do through this situation that'll be a benefit and a blessing. Well, they hooked it up again using the same nylon straps. This time it was a double wrap around the tires. He says, that'll hold it. We got back in the wrecker. We turned to the right, went under the interstate, and went up the hill to the stoplight. We're just sitting in the wrecker talking. Ta-da! The straps snapped again. I looked out the window, and there go the truck and trailer leaving the wrecker all by themselves. Backing down the road. People behind it were peeling off to the right and left, getting out of the way. Nothing I could do but just stand there and watch $80,000 and my truck go bye-bye. He jumped out of the wrecker and started running after it. That is a strange thought, watching him run down the road. I wonder if I locked the door. He jumped in and stopped it. The amazing thing, hit no one, hit nothing. Most amazing thing, it went just as straight backwards down that road as it could go. Those things don't back straight by themselves. They don't back straight when you're trying to back them straight. Well, he went up to the top of the hill and he got his record and he brought it down and he hooked it up a third time. This time he used a chain. I like chains. But you know why I used a chain? Because by this time he's torn the whole front end off my truck. You have access to the frame. You can hook up the truck anywhere you want to now. He hooked it up, we took it to a church in Blue Springs, Missouri, and we parked it in the parking lot. The next day I took my truck to a transmission shop. They were convinced this truck should work. They said maybe when they rebuilt the transmission, maybe they made a mistake, let us rebuild it. So they rebuilt it. 3 days later, I tried pulling it again. I went 8 miles. I blew that transmission. Oh well, we took it back. They were convinced. They put a bigger pump to get more fluid, to keep it cool. We tried pulling 3 days later. We went 5 miles and blew that transmission. 3 transmissions. And I haven't even left town. I finally figured it out. This truck won't work. So we put the 4th transmission in, and I drove back to California and left the trailer. I hired Morgan Transfer Company to deliver my trailer. They charged me $1,500 for the move. $1,500, money I didn't have. $1,500, a bill I didn't want. Anybody here ever got a bill you didn't want and money you didn't have? Would you hold your hand in there? Any adults like that? What'd you say when you got that bill? No, you didn't. I'm waiting for my trailer to be delivered. I get a telephone call. Is this Steve Pickett? Yes, it is. This is Morgan Transfer Company. We're dropping your trailer in Kingman, Arizona. We blew the engine in our truck, and we're not pulling this trailer another inch. What do you mean you're dropping my trailer in Kingman, Arizona? I paid you $1,500. I broke my trailer. Have you ever expressed your will? It's amazing how we can express our wills, sometimes in unusual places. We can be in a restaurant, not getting the service we think we deserve, and we can let our attitude known by what we say to the people, or our temper lack thereof that we leave. We have ways of expressing our attitude, even in facial expressions. Ever sing that look that kills? Yeah, the one from your parents and your teachers. Well, there's nothing I can do. Oh, well. Manifold temptations, one problem compounding itself upon the other, and it seems there's no end. An evangelist friend of mine, Harvey Seidel, had just bought the biggest Dodge truck with the biggest Cummins engine, and he had bragged to me, Steve, this truck will pull anything. So I called him. Hey, Harvey, how's that truck of yours doing? Oh, it's great. Harvey, I got a trailer in Kingman, Arizona. Do you think it would pull it into San Francisco? Yeah. Good. And we went and got it. Sure enough, hooked it up, pulled it, no problem. Absolutely wonderful job all the way across the mountains into San Francisco. Less than 1 week later, Harvey called me. Steve, I'm having to put a new transmission in my truck. I blew his transmission too. Now, at this point, you need to learn a valuable lesson. When he told me that, it would have been wrong for me to have said, oh, well. Understand what I'm saying? These are not public words. They're private words. When things aren't going the way you want them to go, in the quietness of your own spirit, you say, oh, well, let's see what God is going to do through this situation. But these are not words you use to someone else. Imagine a husband and wife are having difficulty, and she says to him, honey, these are the things you do that bother me. He should not say, oh, well. Or maybe there's a young person who fails a test. Mom, why'd you fail this test? Oh, well. No, if you can study and make a better grade, you study and make a better grade. If you can change the situations in marriage, you change them. But what I'm talking about tonight are the things over which you have no control. I went to the eye doctor just to get new contacts. When I put the contacts in, I said, doctor, these are no better. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, let me describe it to you like this. If I close my right eye and look at you out of my left eye, everything looks okay. But if I close my left eye and look at you out of my right eye, doctor, your head is gone. Really, it was an amazing thing. I could look at my hand, I could see my palm, but I couldn't see my fingers. I'd look at a picture of the wall, I could see some of it, but not all of it. You know there are a lot of people that look better without a head? I had a lot of fun with that for a while. People come walking by, just close one eye, and there goes this headless person walking by. Immediately, the doctor said, whoa, that's not our contacts. There must be something very serious wrong with your eye. And they sent me for testing. It is absolutely unbelievable what they can do to your eye while it's still in your head. For 3 hours, they did all kinds of